following podcast contains possibly triggering material and strong language. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed are the speaker's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of the Ride the Rebellion podcast and Craft Show Digital. The material and information presented here is for general information and entertainment purposes only.
Doesn't matter. Welcome to Ride the Rebellion podcast. We don't do the intro anymore. We just quit that. We retired it for some reason. Welcome to the show. Today on the show with me as always is Dale Boyd, Sausage King of South Alabama.
Oh, well, that's fine too. Whatever. I mean, I'm healthy now, so there's that. We're not spreading the AIDS or whatever it was I had last time. I've had a lot of diseases on this podcast.
You are disease prone. You're disease prone.
Jesus. You know what's ironic about that is I literally have not seen a doctor since 2003. And I know the year because I was playing college basketball and they almost didn't pass me for my physical. So I was like, fuck you, I'm not coming back ever again.
There it is, folks. How to stay healthy in America. We don't need that guy with a shaky voice.
No, we don't.
We just need Dale Boyd's plan, which is don't see the doctor.
No, and run and get healthy. And I take it back, all back. I did go to the ER one time for when I separated my shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
It was during COVID, so it was a different experience.
Technically, you did talk to a doctor with leg aids. You did talk
it was
during
like
leg aids.
A teledoctor. It was a friend that is a doctor. I didn't see him. He hasn't taken no vitals, so we're good. It doesn't count. No one's taken vitals on me since 2003.
Secretly, when you're sleeping, Casey's in there taking vitals.
No, I think it's the opposite. She's secretly like
poisoning.
Yeah, she's poisoning me. Sometimes I pick up my toothbrush and smell it before I use it, because just in case. You never know these days. I listen to a lot of crime podcasts.
Are you smelling? So my brain goes to sticking the toothbrush in your butt.
Oh, she probably does that. And I'm like,
Lord.
Well, no, it's like, I don't even know why that thought crosses my mind, but this is another thing. So after you're sick, do you throw your toothbrush out or do you keep using it?
No, that's a good question. I just put it in Listerine.
Okay. That's valid.
Yeah.
I always wonder about that because I'm like, man, I've had a sore throat for like 4 days, been using this toothbrush.
So I always do that if I have to use nasal spray. Okay. I'm like, oh, well, I obviously shoved it up into the COVID factory.
Yeah.
Did the COVID? Because you remember back when COVID started, people were like, don't touch your groceries because COVID's on them.
Yeah,
and people were like doing all that wacky shit. So now I'm just like, did that go away?
So when we were kids and growing up, I remember this thing about like nasal sprays being super addictive.
Yeah,
like, don't touch them. Are they still?
Yeah. You're only supposed to use them for 5 days because what happens is it's not addictive like.
Oh, like heroin addictive.
It's your body gets used to that what is it, steroid going in there, and then when it goes off, you come back even more like closed up.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So you should only use it for like 5 days.
I've never used one, so I don't know. I was always afraid I'm going to be addicted.
If I use Afrin, it's basically I'm not saying I've ever done drugs, but I have, and it reminds me a lot of other things that go in your nose.
Okay,
like, I get like
epinephrine.
Yes, it kind of reminds me of. Have you ever tried Adderall? Don't answer this. Yeah, so
adjacent.
Yeah, I was by someone.
Yeah, near someone.
What is that called? A contact high?
It was an osmosis high.
Yeah, I got an osmosis Adderall high. No, but it reminds me of like Ritalin works the way my dad, who was a pediatrician, explained it to me. Is like Ritalin works if you have it reacts to a specific enzyme or something like that. Mm-hmm. So if you don't have that enzyme, Ritalin is like cocaine.
Okay,
right?
Yeah.
So I remember taking a couple of Ritalin before, not together, like I took one at a time, but like a couple of occurrences. And I was, I'm already a little,
yeah.
But this was like to the level of 10. And Afrin it puts me at like a 7. Feels like a 7 if I squirt that shit up my nose.
So, but for those people that don't have it, it hyper focuses them, right?
That's correct. If they have that enzyme, it changes, it does something. It's something to do with like, that's why for him, he was, and I'm not trying to put medical terms in his mouth, but he was always very, very conscious about prescribing it. Like he wanted to make sure that it was like, because some individuals, in his opinion, were maybe overprescribing.
Yeah.
And so he was very conscious of it. Now the scare. So my daughter is a red ribbon, whatever, as I talk about drugs.
Yeah.
My daughter didn't Ronan do that?
He was the Mobile United Leadership Council.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah.
So she's a red ribbon leader for her school. And so we went to the little ceremony.
Yeah.
And dude, when you get there, they have a program and you look at the program, and the program seriously is like this long of the stuff. And then it's hundreds of names. Cause there's
read them.
Yes.
Oh.
And I was like, this is going to take forever. Like, do they have to come up? If they have to all walk on stage then they didn't. And they went pretty quick.
Okay.
So it was only like 10 minutes of someone reading names.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she did a very good job because there's a lot of crazy names. But when they're up there, they have a keynote speaker, and the keynote speaker is from the DEA. And the guy gets up there and explains Red Ribbon, where it comes from, and then starts telling us horrific stories in front of all these children about fentanyl. Apparently so bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
So this blew me away. They showed a picture of a pill press that was pulled out of a storage unit on Hillcrest. Like
they're making
it's not even that fentanyl. Like, so that tells me it's worse than the news and everything else is letting on. But he started bringing up, he was like, look, I understand like students. And he was like, he's not obviously not talking to young kids. He's talking to the seniors that are trying to get done. He's like, listen, you can't take a pill from anyone. An Adderall could be completely laced. He was like, and here's an example. And he shows 2 different pills. They look identical. One is Adderall, one is pure fentanyl. And then he shows like the amount, and you see it. And it's like literally a gnat's dick worth of fentanyl will kill you. And it's that stuff. Like, it's good. I get it. It's the scare tactic from the 80s that we grew up with.
The dare stuff.
The dare stuff. Exactly.
That just taught me. I was like, wait, it does that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Oh.
You mean marijuana has no real major effects aside from inebriation?
Yeah. And I won't be hungover.
You're right. Let's go, Brandon. Anyway, so they
callback.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means. I know it has something to do with NASCAR, which is hilarious to me. I have no concept.
I think it has more to do with Joe Biden.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
So there was a NASCAR race, and they were chanting "Let's go, Brandon," but it sounded like "Fuck Joe Biden." So
is that really where it came from?
100%. You can find the clip online.
We're doomed.
So back to your Adderall stuff.
Yeah.
The statute of limitations is probably up on this, but when I was
yesterday doesn't count.
Yeah, when I was a coach, one of my players came to me and was like, "Coach, all the players are on Adderall," and I was like, "La la 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 la," like,
yeah,
I can't hear that.
Right.
So I was like, "Get out of my office!" And this never happened. So I sat with it for a minute, and I was like, "Listen, we are a family. As a team, you're a family." So I walked in the locker room and locked the door behind me, and I was like, "Look, we're gonna have this conversation one time only." And I knew right when I said what it was, they'd all look at the kid who was supplying it. They'd all like
inadvertently,
they'd all like glance. So because I didn't know where it was coming from, I had a good idea, and I was like, he had a prescription, so it is what it is. But right when I was like, we won't have this conversation again. Blah blah blah. Like, let's get it all out here. Let's throw it out here right now. Let's become men today.
Yep.
These are high school kids. They're seniors. Like, we're not talking about little kids. So I said it and brought it all up, and they all just like, it was almost. Have you ever seen that movie, The New Guy?
Yeah.
Where like, whoosh,
yeah,
like, they almost like all threw him right under the bus so quickly, and it was like tears, crying, like became a full thing. And I was like, guys, it's not a big deal to you. But to me, like, say that our success becomes challenged someday. It could be because of that.
Yep.
It could be because of whatever. Also, you can't do drugs. Like, it's a bad thing. Don't do drugs.
Right.
And so, like, it was almost a bonding moment more than anything. And just a lesson for me to like, hey, don't brush stuff under the rug and think it's okay. Like, bring it up to your family members or your
Do you
friends.
think that same conversation happened with Joe Paterno?
No. Joe Paterno was like, you got peed on in the shower? What shower?
God bless.
That's a totally different weird world that Jerry Sandusky created over there.
Yeah, what a bunch of shit. So I guess the thing that I've always found interesting, and it applies to any of the stuff, is like, I think the hardest truth that we face and you can apply this to a community basis, you can apply it to your friends, you can apply it to anyone, is honesty. Because so much of our stuff, I was talking about this morning, so much of everything in our world is it's either you get a pat on the back or you don't.
Yeah.
There isn't a gray anymore, right? We lost that. Like that's gone. So just the ambiguity of like, did I do a good job or not doesn't exist. People want to know if they did a good job. They don't want to know if they
Trophy
did a bad
generation, bro.
It is 100%. And the issue comes down to like, when it comes to that stuff, when we start really having a conversation about whether it's drug abuse or alcohol abuse or food abuse, it doesn't matter what level of it is. If you're not having the honest conversation,
yeah,
then because it's uncomfortable and none of us want to do it, and we know it's going to shatter someone, but at the same time, if you don't, they're not going to get it. Like, because it just does, people don't want to do it anymore, and it's almost like a responsibility now of like intelligent human beings to learn how to communicate effectively. What you did was honest.
Yeah.
It was
it built relation. I mean, those
right.
dudes like would have ran through a wall for me after that.
Well, I mean, they were on Adderall, of course.
Yeah, that's right. They were like, what comes? And like the one kid was always like falling asleep. Like he's not on it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that kid's good.
Yeah,
he's the good one.
So the thing that, back to your point about like culture and things like that, like I was listening to a podcast where the dude, like, sometimes when you listen to podcasts, you're like, fuck, it just like a light bulb comes on. You're like, it makes so much sense. Not this podcast, but other podcasts.
Right. Legitimate ones. Yeah.
So the dude was like, we need to bring shame back into society. Like, not like public shaming, like throwing feathers and tar on people, but like, dude, you should feel disappointed in something you posted on social media. Like, man, that was a bad idea. Delete. Not do it for attention, but do it for the shame.
Yeah, but do it within a certain amount. Like, all right, James Gunn, director of currently Superman, but most people know him from Guardians of the Galaxy. That guy posted some of the most awful jokes in the world that would have in any other timeline gotten him canceled.
Right.
But they were before that era. Right.
Yeah, right.
So when it came out that he said all this stuff, he went back and deleted all these posts and defended all of his posts and said, I was a different person or whatever it was.
Yeah. The
reality of it is you posted it because you felt like, even though it's his name, it's not like on Reddit where people have like Slurpee Sausage 22. I don't know who that is. Sorry, Slurpee Sausage, if you're out there. But like whoever there's anonymity on that. And so you see the end of the universe is on Reddit. It's on 4chan. It's on, that's like the bottom of the barrel. But these public facing people posting there on Facebook and Twitter with an actual named verified check handle, you're an idiot and you should be shamed for it.
Right.
However, there's a fine line. And for me recently, that fine line got crossed in a lot of confusion regarding like this whole Jimmy Kimmel situation. I read the whole transcript, so I don't take the news for what it's worth because it's a lie. And if you don't believe me, I found an article that showed the New York Times, and they started showing that it had like a series of words that they would consider triggering words. And most of these words were neutral words. And the neutral words had almost like a EEG type thing. It was a flat heartbeat, so to speak. Right. It was a dead word. Well, then they started putting in words on purpose into headlines, and you can see spikes on click-through rate going up through the roof. Now we say clickbait, but that's not clickbait. Like that's what our language is. Clickbait is gone. That is normal language now. Is to say our president does this stuff. The last president said that stuff. When you call someone a Nazi, you're saying that stuff. Vice versa, when you're making fun of people, and then just stupidly Trump at Kirk's funeral saying like this big positive thing, and he's like, I hate him. Yeah. What? He's doing it for right. So with
autism is a thing. Trump has it.
Facts. It's Tylenol, by the way.
Yeah, Tylenol.
But when they showed when they canceled or pushed Kimmel out of the way, the weird part about that was reading the transcript. Nothing that he said is any more egregious than anything that anyone has said.
His joke's actually funny. He set it up well.
It's teed up like a champ. Yeah. The weird part to me was there's a lot of Epstein leading into it. I'm not saying that's my tinfoil hat.
He's
but
a comedian, though.
That's right. And so the weird thing to me is that there's people now doing this side of things. Like that joke pushes the line. Well, you don't need to push that line if there was accountability.
Right.
So this broadcast group attempted to force accountability. So be it. That's their prerogative. They can do that, but they're also up to buy more stations, which puts them in majority.
Yeah. Nextstar's on this weird monopoly thing right now.
They'll be at 93%. So they need the FCC approval to do that. So like you can, to me, the line is easy to draw the connections between. Yeah. And that's data. That's like data. I'm not saying that you should not get news from me and Dale, but that is data. If you want to question me, go research it yourself.
I think my hot take on that whole situation is Jimmy Kimmel just fell on the sword. That wasn't even like the joke. It wasn't about that joke. It wasn't about that. Right. The timing of the joke was perfect for ABC and Nextstar to and Sinclair, whoever else was involved, to be like, done.
Yeah.
And then you get all these people that are like on both sides, fired up. If you just cancel Jimmy Kimmel had like 100,000 views. We have a video on Instagram with 100,000 views.
Yeah.
So like, that's not very many in the world today. Like YouTube celebrities are getting millions of views a day on every episode. Jimmy Kimmel's not. So it's not just Jimmy Kimmel, it's all of them, whether whoever it is on late night. But I think that it was like, we have this opportunity to sacrifice a lamb at Trump's feet, make him happy, and here we go. Let's take it.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. That's why the political side. That's why we always joke about not being political, but truly, I have an opinion.
Yeah,
but you don't need it.
No,
like I can
You're
say that.
also a business
I mean,
owner.
you, the audience, but
Right, yeah,
you
yeah.
don't need. I mean, I'll tell you this,
Right,
especially like there's our conversations in the van driving to a shoot. Is like
Mhm.
this, but this
Usually
audience.
it's just anger over people being stupid and triggered because they're too dumb to look up their own information.
That's
and
true.
Make their own valuable opinion.
I have not confirmed this, but did you hear about the YouTube thing?
Which one?
YouTube came out and said that the Biden administration made them demonetize certain people. YouTube came out and said, not a spokesperson,
Eee.
actual YouTube
Which
came out
is
and said it,
Google, right?
which is Google. So here we are. I guarantee you somewhere in that mix, there's
Which
something.
I just got a check from Facebook for that whole same thing. Seriously, $38.47.
Yeah, I saw somebody post that. They said they're going to retire
Yeah.
because they had just submitted their claim. And
I
they
got
their
it. Class action lawsuit. That's pretty big money for a class action
Well,
lawsuit.
how many
though.
people are in there? That's a
That's a
lot.
lot, yeah.
Sometimes it's like $6,
Yeah,
$2.
I was like, damn, $38.
Yeah. But anyway, they came out and said, so I guess the point is like, you can't trust any of it. So at the end of the day, you do your best to judge it. But if people are just going to snap judgment and just assume it, that's the issue that we're really running into.
Well, the biggest problem is all right, let's break this
By the
down.
way, last time we recorded this podcast was a Wednesday, and Charlie Kirk, unfortunately,
while
was
we were
assassinated.
recording.
Yeah, he was murdered.
Yeah. Think about this. If you're in a classroom and you're in 6th grade, there's 30 kids in your class, hypothetically. Out of those 30 kids, which one of them would you actually listen to their opinion and give them like a rebuttal?
Right.
Like 2, maybe 1?
Yeah.
Now you go on the internet, all those assholes have microphones with opinions.
Yeah.
And now you're going to sit there and argue with those dumbasses? Half of them actually times all those classmates that you had that you didn't give a shit about and add AI and robots on top of it. And now you're arguing with somebody that it's so dumb. Whenever I click on like local news comment things, I'm like, are you possibly that stupid?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Like today, so Vivek Ramaswamy was in Ohio. He was in a small county, and somebody close up there shared it in Ohio. And he was at a golf outing yesterday. That county's sheriff's department shared, like, thank you. It was an honor to get to help secure your security that day. We appreciate you coming. Posted pictures of their cops with Vivek. So some lady comments and says, so does this mean all Ohioans could get security if they want? Because he's just a regular citizen. And so somebody was like, well, yeah, sure. I had security. The cops came with me when my ex-husband divorced. You know, I had to go get my stuff. They came with me and escorted me and made sure I was fine. She's like, that's not what I mean, but whatever. And some other guy was like, so what exactly do you want? Like, she goes, I just want equality for all Ohioans. And somebody was like, he's not just an average Ohioan. First of all, he's worth $1.2 billion.
Right.
Like, he's not just a normal dude going to the grocery store.
It's
like,
just,
and you're talking about this a week after somebody just got shot with his same political opinions. Like,
so the crazy thing to me
nuts.
is like the Kirk stuff. The thing I get the most annoyed with. Vivek is in a position of national importance, right? He is part of a bigger system, right? Charlie Kirk was not. Right. Charlie Kirk is a influencer, like the term, hate the term. That's the actual term that ran an organization that did this, and he created content for what release? YouTube. He didn't have a TV show, didn't make movies. He made money off of that stuff. It's all there. Like, that's all real. So all this conversation about, well, there should have been more security. No. Does Tom Cruise have anti-sniper security? No. Right? He might have a team around him to prevent people from getting in the way, but no one is thinking in terms of like,
not even Charlie Kirk.
Not even Charlie Kirk. And he shouldn't, right? Because at the end of the day, he's just a guy saying shit on YouTube, period. Yeah. Like, that's all he is. Whether you like that or not, you can be, we are Charlie Kirk, whatever you want. You do you, boo.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if he had not been killed, we'd be back to, he just put up some clips.
Right.
and it wouldn't. No one would think about this.
Well, half the
type
people
of
wouldn't even know
scenario.
who he was because half of them didn't know who he was.
Heck no.
And the thing that I've watched some videos, like I had already knew who he was before, but I've watched more, and it's like, I promise you, there's not another person that's had to publicly defend their opinion or their stance
Right.
more public, like in front of everybody on the spot than him.
Right.
It was pretty impressive, honestly.
No, he's good at it, but he also, like, if you watch the content. So in I just observe things. I'm literally the most apolitical person. I don't give a shit who's president. I don't care.
Most of us do. Like I always say, how's your life changed?
Right. That's
like,
right.
And okay, we're using our white male privilege to say that because we are white males. Like
Right.
our life doesn't change all that much, but we also, if you take control of your life and make your own happiness, like you can change your local community without the president.
That's the truth. That's the only thing I care about. And I've said that time and time again. But like Steven Crowder, the original Change My Mind guy.
Yeah.
Like, so Steven would post his short clips that would go viral, just like Charlie Kirk did.
Right.
Steven did something Kirk didn't do very often. Steven would post the whole video.
Right.
And if you watch the whole video, it would be like 2.5 hours long. And he might have 3 people that were up there to disagree with him. And the rest of them, a lot of times, were people in support. That's not what YouTube wanted to do. The algorithm says,
Right.
hey, this is what we're doing. And it goes back to the thing I've talked about a lot lately, which is like the millennials and Gen X or Gen, what do they call Gen Zers? They're the for rent. And I don't just mean business or houses. They're like the for rent generation because literally the economy is built on renting their attention for a small fraction of time.
Yeah.
Our entire economy is based on that right now. It's about disruptive, how they can rent their attention for a short amount of time.
And how that kid can get rich on the internet without
that is
talent.
correct. And that's what it is. So what do you think we're going to do? Well, back to New York Times piece, those trigger words showed that.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen is it's a business. You're going to use the tools that generate the most profit. Like it takes somebody really strong to be like, I could just post clickbait, but I'm not going to.
Right.
And then you go look and the view count's 22. So then you're like, why am I doing this? And then all of a sudden you just realize I'm not. And hopefully you go get a craft and have a real job and not some bullshit. But like, and it's the same inside of mountain biking.
Yeah.
Like I see all these beautifully shot, gorgeous MTV films. I sent you the one that was, didn't I send that to you? Where it was like an interview with a guy that makes, did I send that to you?
I don't think
where they had the crazy cable.
Oh yeah.
So it was an interview with a filmmaker who makes mountain bike films. That's all he does. And this one was
Yeah.
for outdoor research. It's really good, really interesting for us.
Yeah.
Because we relate on both sides.
Yeah.
But why?
Yeah, but why?
None of that shit's real. Like why? Like you're seeing the rider ride the same thing. It's
Yeah.
fake as fuck. And yet when I see and get around that community, they're all trying to emulate TV commercials.
Right. Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah.
I don't get it. I personally don't understand it.
I don't
Like,
know.
be your own person. Do your
It
own
is.
thing.
I mean,
I give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
Jakey Poo,
he just does his own thing.
there's nobody else like
Hey.
him. Now, he's an asshole.
He's been talking to me a lot every time we ride now, though. He's like, man, you got your camera? You want to film this?
Oh, that's
I'm like,
a bitch.
who are
See,
you?
he
right
even
now?
broke down.
He broke
even
down.
broke down.
But he don't want to post it. He wants to video and analyze, why are my hips going out here? Why
Yeah.
are my
Okay,
That's
fair
what he
point.
wants it for.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to post it, but I just post it anyway. All of his crash videos lately, or near crash videos. But I think you're right. And the funny thing and kind of sucky thing is, I made a post and I ended up deleting it out of shame. But
Oh, shame.
yeah, but I made a post a while ago and I was like, I don't understand why everyone attaches their emotions so closely to a political candidate when every 4 years you're going to be emotionally challenged. Like, I'm 40 years old. That candidate's only in my life for such a small time. Like, I really have no desire to like be that politically attached to anybody or an ideology. There's no one on either side that is exactly correct on both things. And like, to sacrifice a moral to vote for this or, either
Right.
way is crazy. And people do it every day. And it's like, I made that post and I was like, hey, quit attaching your emotions to political candidates and go outside and ride your bikes with your friends or do something.
Right.
Dude, I got attacked from both sides.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Because
yeah.
it was, as soon as you put down your guard and stop paying attention, they're going to be at your door grabbing your guns and blah, blah. I'm like, I don't have guns. I mean, I do, but the government doesn't know. They're not registered to me.
Right.
So it's like, there's too many guns out there. Like, you're not going to get them.
No.
But it's like, why these people are so fear mongered. And these are people I know and respect that are on my Facebook friends list.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, you guys are them too. Like, not them as in liberals or other way, right wingers, but them as in like you're that naive to not understand that you're being controlled like a sheep and you're being funneled. And it's like divided. I saw a post that said, no one's more disappointed in us than September 12th of 2001.
Yeah, that's a good quote. Yeah.
I told you that the other day, because it's like we are divided and we don't even understand that together we are very powerful. It's like if you're trying to go into it, all right, here, I'll break it down. Analogy. I'm great at these. Kind of.
Let's see if he uses a big word.
No, analogy was the biggest. So, okay, say that you're getting ready to go into your kid's bedroom and you and your wife are split on this. Your kid got in trouble. You're split on how you want to handle it. Is the punishment going to be as harsh if you're split? Right. Or if you're together, if you like formulated like, hey, together we're going to attack this, and the outcome's probably going to be more positive. If you go in with two different things, now you're fighting three wars.
Right.
Like, it's not going to be powerful. It's not going to be effective.
Yeah, it's interesting because I was at one of my daughters was singing, and then so it was like at a chapel service.
Yeah.
Finish this line, right? And everybody at home do it because it's to your point. All right, it's from the pledge.
Yeah.
One nation
under God, indivisible.
That word.
Yeah, I know.
So that word exists in our pledge, and it is so passed over, and so just we have lost that. Like, we literally claim that we are indivisible, and you put your hand over your heart, and that's supposed to be a swear to that, right? Like, when people join the United States, when they become legal U.S. citizens, they have to do that pledge for the first time, and that means something so much to them. But when we say that word, we just glance over it.
Yeah.
I made a post the other day, non-political post, but I just put the word indivisible up with an asterisk because that's what it is to me. It's like, yeah, we're totally divisible.
Right.
Right. The indivisible part's only we only say that word, and we don't even mean it, but we just say it when we put our hand over our heart and we pledge allegiance to the flag of our country, but we don't really mean it.
Right.
Asterisk. To your point, that's it. And so we won't attack any problem. We've attacked every single problem divided, and we continue to do so, whether it's kids on bikes or not.
Right. Yeah.
I just had to say it. I just had to get my cancellation back. That's all.
I actually, speaking of the bike, back to the bike world, yesterday I sent Carrie this video, and it was a sweet video of these ladies that built a mountain bike jump line out west. It's awesome. They built the whole thing.
Sick.
And so
when you said sweet ladies, I kind of imagine grandmothers.
No, they're not. They're like
maybe
younger than us. But I sent it to Carrie, and I put, finally, women got off their ass and did something. Here's a video of it. And like I was like, I'm totally kidding. It's a great video.
She knows,
but I almost though, like, okay, let's say that it was, if they started making videos of former college basketball players finally learn how to build trails. Here's their video.
Right.
I would be like, what, did you think we weren't capable of it?
Right.
Like, I don't like the exploitation. Like, mountain bike has found it. We've done it. We've had women on. Yeah. They've found a way to exploit a certain gender or a certain area to like get views, right? Like, if that was a dudes that just learned how to mountain bike, build a mountain bike trail, no one's watching it.
That's why though, because I think about this a lot, and I when everyone talks to me about the podcast, because like it's come up like with clients that are talking about a podcast, and I think through the stuff. I go back to, we've had a lot of great ones. Nixon's always fun. We've had fun episodes.
Yeah.
But the one that stands out is Escape Collective. That dude is a pure journalist who was not trying to troll, who literally just said, hey, I have this information. I'm going to share it. And the further he went down, the more damning it was for some. And now it's coming proof positive. YT's in trouble, right?
Yeah.
We've seen this time, and multiple bike companies have phased out because he was showing that this big greed system came in, but he didn't do it with clickbait headlines. He never did a clickbait headline. It was a straight, truthful thing. Had he done a clickbait headline, he probably would have had even more, right? But he didn't, because he was being a real journalist. If you're going to be a journalist and your job is to quote, tell the truth, then you have to be neutral in that title. You have to approach it with neutrality, indivisible towards the story. Like you can't have a bias in, and that's not our culture anymore. Unfortunately, that's not, but the more we lean in on that divisiveness, the more that everything breaks apart. It doesn't matter. It's like bike brands. I'm a little shocked when I came back to mountain biking. When I first started, the battle between Trek and Specialized, dude, that was legit. People would be like, oh, you're on a Trek. I wasn't. I was on Specialized, because Trek was considered less at the time in my culture than Specialized, right? And it was all hardtails back then. But there was that weird, I don't hear that anymore.
Mm-mm.
Maybe some bullshit on Reddit, but like,
Yeah.
I don't hear that much anymore. Now it's kind of like, oh, it's a cool bike.
Yeah.
It's more a matter of like, and if someone's thinking it, they don't say it as much.
Well, we've also created that kind of culture though.
In
around
our
us.
maybe
Yeah.
maybe Chase's people are all snobbing each other out.
I don't
How's
know.
that, Birmingham Slam? Da, da, da.
Hey,
Let the boys be boys.
Let's go. It's us versus them. It's those people up there in Birmingham. That's the point, though. It's like, it's not just every single day you're faced with all of these. Are you aligned with here? Or are you aligned here? And then you turn on your TV and the damn president's saying the same shit.
I know.
And it's like, come on. Like, and it doesn't matter who the president is. I'm not.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
I mean, both sides have done it. How many times I've heard MAGA Republicans or I've heard liberals. Like, it's all just, you have to be put into a category. It's like most of us, and every day I go to the park a lot and I'm running. There's been a dude that I've seen there all the time and for 18 months or so, and we've never talked. And finally, like, our paths crossed, and shout out JJ if you're listening. He said he listened to some of our podcasts. He's like, I don't know what you're getting from him.
Oh boy, JJ,
Yeah.
welcome to the.
Yeah,
We'll bring you on.
Welcome to the Thunderdome, bro.
Yeah.
But I was like, what people don't understand is, like, those people are a part of your life, whether you want them to be or not. And I kind of lost my train of thought when I was doing that. But
I don't know. You're talking to JJ.
I was talking to JJ. But it's like, you just got to get outside, and we all just want the same thing. We want a good we want a good life with our family. We want to be happy. We want to be left alone. We don't want.
Yep.
And then you get on the internet, and it's not what it seems like, because that's not what they want you to see. Like, they is everybody over the fucking lizard people. So, like, this is what
they're called, draconians.
Yeah. Well, we should have Alex Jones on.
Dude, I would love it.
But I think Rogan, actually, I was listening to Rogan, and he made a good point. And he's like, the people that are cheering for Kimmel to get canceled and cheering that he got canceled need to watch the fuck out.
Yep.
Because guess who's not always going to be in power?
Well, there was a MAGA guy that came out. It wasn't Rubio. What's the other guy? Ted Cruz.
Oh yeah, Ted Cruz.
He came out and said, "Hey, this is not a good situation."
No,
and it's not good.
No,
like, nobody should be able. Like, again, this isn't about infringement of freedom of speech.
Yeah,
this is the limitation of speech.
Right.
This is basically censorship,
and from the president, which is
Correct.
even more creepy.
And it was backed by his cabinet.
Right.
So, like, now all of a sudden we're in it, but that's not good.
No,
right?
It's not good.
But that also, apparently, the reason I brought up the YouTube is apparently it happened in another administration, which means this underlying side of it.
Yeah, Al Gore's wife.
Well, he started the internet, though.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, you can't.
No, it was Reagan's wife, right?
No.
Who was the parental advisor?
That is Al Gore's wife.
I was right
sir.
the first time.
Yeah, that is correct.
I knew it was Tipper.
That's Tipper Gore.
And Al Gore outlawed two-stroke motors in the Great National Forest, so they couldn't ride snowmobiles and shit too.
Yeah, of course.
But he invented the internet, so it's fine.
It is fine.
He was never actually president, by the way. In case fact check.
But he also was the weather king of whatever.
He's a weirdo. He's one of the lizard people.
He's 100% a lizard. They're all lizards.
They are. That's if anybody thinks that when they close the door, you always say it's sport. Yeah. When these guys walk off of the stage and they close the door, do you know how many times Trump and Biden probably high-fived and laughed at the way that we are? Like, if you don't believe that, then you're naive and you should turn off the internet.
Listen, I'm telling you, if you wanna see it for firsthand, you have to get you can't just go volunteer to campaign. You got to become an inside person.
Oh yeah.
You got to be, and then I assure you, when you see this, talk to the people that represent that are helping the president. Mm-hmm. So in the public eye, that whoever's running for an office is going to be very anti their opponent. Right. And we just had an election here and it was very pleasant.
It was pleasant. Surprising.
But they were anti.
After they got the one guy away.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He was a little disruptive. Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
But point is like, once you spend enough time on the inside, you realize that, like, this is someone's job and they don't have an opinion because they're getting paid to just do, they don't really worship the feet of the person they're working for. They'll make you believe that, but you go in behind closed doors and they're meeting with the other people, having drinks, having laughs. Like it's, I do it in my own business. I literally was on before we started this podcast, I had a call from a competing agency to have a conversation about how we can work together.
Right.
Because we have a project that they do well in and we would do well in. So why wouldn't we just work together to get it done? We're doing it. But at the same time, she could poach that. She could I sent her the information. She could straight attempt to poach it. Great. Go for it. Right. She knows what that'll mean. I will destroy them. No, but I mean, like, that
I hate my opponents.
yeah, it's not athletes, pro athletes are that way.
Oh yeah, dude. They're all friends.
They
That's
don't
why Jordan was better, because he wasn't friends with any of them.
Well, that's a fair point.
But
That was a good documentary, by the way.
yeah, they're all.
It sticks with me though.
Mhm.
That one about
Oh,
the Bulls.
the Olympics.
The
The Bulls one.
yeah.
The Bulls one's bad too. It's crazy. But the 90s were crazy.
Oh, that's fact. My
Yeah.
kid went dressed to school today, not 90s, as so their school dance, they dress up for it like in era.
Hmm.
So she went as Avril Lavigne,
Nice.
and it was really bothersome.
She's the she invented punk rock, right?
Yeah. Sarah kept saying, "Does she look punk enough?" And I was like, "Get her out of my office."
Avril Lavigne's not punk, by the way.
No.
Just because she had a skateboarder in one
And
of her
then
videos.
my kids are obsessed with K-pop Demon Hunters
Uh-huh.
and the soundtrack. There's a band out there that I celebrate them because they make it tolerable for me to listen to modern music. They're called like Our Last Night. That's the name of them.
Hmm.
They take modern songs and they metal them out, but not cheesy metal.
Oh, nice.
Like they'll sing the song. The guy can really sing. K-pop Demon, the golden song has a really high note, and this guy gets in the range of that note. He's a very good singer, but then it cuts to a spot and it's just like jo, 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 jo. And my kids' eyes are big looking at me. I'm like, this is the daddy part.
Yeah.
This is for the dads.
This is keeping me on the road.
Dude, it's so good but they all those popular songs. And then there's this dude named Mac Glocky. This is why the internet is good.
Mm.
Here's a good example of the internet. All he does is take requests from people to cover songs like other 90s and 2000s metal bands. So he does like a song in this style of System of a Down that's a popular track.
Oh, nice.
Like he did, I think it was System of a Down, but it's that Chappelle Roan song, whatever her name is. Like oh my God, the one about Tennessee where she's dancing and whatever that stupid song is.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, people know that have had to hear it. But his version, so good. But it's like System of a Down.
Nice.
It's
like
gold.
It. Now you can do with AI, probably.
Oh, yeah, speaking of.
Yeah.
If y'all haven't heard that.
Yeah. The what is it, 50 Cent, 1960?
Dude.
Well, it's Many Men in the version of a 1960 like gangsters.
It's going around right now. It is well worth it.
And it's a video attached to it, which is even more incredible.
Which is all AI garbage videos.
It's all AR.
Yeah.
But it's dude, it's creepy because like somebody actually just dropped a bunch of Indian Lake songs where I'm from about all the restaurants and stuff, but they're all AI created.
Yeah.
And they're like country songs. Like you could literally put this whole Indian Lake ballad thing on your boat and cruise around the lake and no one would be like, dude, turn that off. Everybody's like, yeah, let's party. Like it's awesome. And that kind of stuff it's crazy, but if you don't accept it and become a part of it or try to integrate with it, you're going to get left behind and you're going to be like,
if
damn.
on the tech side of things. The other side though is what they do with that is they all say, this is my rant on AI as it currently stands. AI is
more,
derivative.
Yeah, right.
Which means it has to come from something. So when someone types it in, they say, give me a picture of this that looks like that. So they're comparing two pieces. And a lot of times it's like, give me a cartoon drawing of Dale in the style of Sam Keith, one of my favorite artists, comic book artist, did the Max. Do you remember that show, The Max? Yeah, that's him. So he doesn't do art anymore. So you're not going to get anything new. Okay, cool. So it attempts to give me a Dale in the version of Sam Keith. Great. What's more important? Being the person that typed that in or being Sam Keith? So the trick is if you
still
become
have to have something to compare it to.
Be the person, the thing is right now, art's not going to go away. People are going to be fooled by generative art. It's going to create some level of it. But the truth is it still works off of in the style of.
Right.
Be the of.
Right.
Be the of.
Yeah,
if you become the of, no one can touch you because now all of a sudden it's going to generate backwards off of that. So if you get to that point and you have enough notoriety or artistic credit or craftsmanship in your work, then you're golden.
Right.
You'll be set forever. And frankly, most artists have some level of them that wants to live on forever. That's part of what we do it for.
Yeah.
And not out of like clicks and likes. I just mean there's something about like someone respects my art enough.
Right.
That's it. That's the ultimate. If you can become an of, then you have nailed it.
We've had this conversation. I don't know if we did on the podcast or not, but like imperfection is going to become super sexy again.
Oh yeah.
Like imperfection of everything. I make a bunch of shit on Canva and get made fun of about it, but I hate scrolling now and I can pick out Canva stuff from actual companies or like new companies with logos. And I'm like, oh my God, like that's a template. Like you just typed your name in there. Like it's not even, is it effective to people that don't know that?
Maybe.
Sure. Yeah,
maybe, but then the argument is just like everything else. It's the same concept about getting outside and walking,
Yeah.
right? That's disruptive to the idea of just sitting at home and
Mhm.
absorbing this negativity all the time. It's that disruptive measure.
Right.
That's the real reality. Like if somebody wants to launch a bike brand right now that will change the industry, they got to be disruptive. And it can't
Yeah.
be by doing what everybody else has done. They have to be the company that goes around and says, hey, you know what? We're going to put our money where our mouth is. We're going to take 10 bikes and we're going to drop them off. And we're going to be like, hey, all rider types ride the shit out of these bikes and we're just going to get content. And then their content comes out. And yes, you might have some Tanner Stoltz like doing the Tanner thing. But then you might have some guys that are just pedaling. You might have some ladies that have never been on a bike before and they're struggling to ride.
Oh, you mean relatable content?
Real.
Yeah.
The imperfection will be real. To your point. Like that is being disruptive. But the same shit over and over again, it's not disruptive. We tune it out.
Right. That's what our content, completely honest, non-biased, like our videos on social media, no one watches them because of the same shit over and over again.
Well, it's a lot of, I'm just be real cold with you in a pleasant way. It's a lot of Dale Boyd.
Well, it's because I'm the only one.
I know. I was about to defend you.
I'm the only one.
But it is literally a lot of like, oh, look, it's Dale again. Yeah. But it's like no one is there.
Right.
So I get it.
Also, a funny thing, a lot of our friends have messaged me and like, dude, it looks like you guys have been having so much fun. The rides have been great. Blah, blah. I'm like, no, I've just been recycling content. So there's that aspect of it where you can mislead people into thinking,
oh yeah, for sure,
like it's the perception of whatever fact is. Also back to government and every other thing we've been talking about.
That's my job though.
Right, yeah. Yeah, you're
inadvertently you're part of yours.
Right.
We lie with lights. Think about this. If I'm like, hey Dale, I need the sun to come through these windows, you're like, cool, I'm gonna put up 200-300 Ds and I'm gonna fly them to a muslin and then we'll be fine. I said muslin, not Muslim. Calm down, Chase.
Woo, they use the hijab things and they put light through it.
I don't even know what that sound effect was.
I don't know.
Anyway, it is so much of it is just stupid. And look, this podcast exists because we wanted to at least have a conversation like Trailhead Talk. Any of it, at the end of the day, none of it really matters. The only thing that matters is, like, to me, the conversation that happens after this podcast, whether it's with Dale or somebody that listens or somebody on the trail, or if it inspires a conversation. Those are the things that really matter at the end of it. It doesn't matter that we put out a podcast. It more matters that, like, did it engage a conversation with somebody somewhere? Then that's relevant again. And I'm guilty of it. I'm running an onslaught of content right now.
The only thing that I'm saying is, like, get outside of your comfort zone and your echo chamber.
Yeah.
Not you personally, obviously, but
yeah,
like whoever's listening to this, just try it. Like, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be scary. It's going to be like disarming. It's going to be like vulnerable feeling. It's going to feel like gross because you're like, oh God, I don't agree with that.
Well,
but
you're good.
You might change your opinion. You might have a different outlook on it. You might have a whole different feeling about something. It doesn't mean you're going to flip from MAGA to other side or vice versa.
The one, you might not, for sure.
Right.
You also feel alienated. And I think that's what people fear the most.
Yeah, there's no representation for them.
So you feel alienated. Like, if you, next time you have an article that pops up or someone posts some shit on Facebook or wherever, and you're like getting mad about something, whether in support of or against, go try and find the source. Do yourself a favor and dig around for a little while. And then you'll suddenly be like, oh,
right.
Like, and hey, if you still agree with it, good. At least you took the time to dig it.
Correct.
But it's like for me with Jimmy Kimmel stuff, by spending the time to read the transcript, I was like, oh, this doesn't sit right with me. I'm convicted in the wrong way here.
Yeah.
I'm not supporting this. Like, I'm not for it. But you got to do the due diligence to dig it up. Like I talked about the YouTube thing earlier. I did not do my due diligence, and I'm saying that came from a friend of mine who is very political. So I trust him, but because he's political in the sense of, like, he pays attention to that crap, but I haven't verified it.
Right.
So it could be wrong. Just disclaimer.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's been like eating me away a lot lately because I do read comments, not on our shit, because I mean, most of them are positive. If they're not, then fuck off, because I don't really care.
Right, that's fair enough.
I've been like, I get caught up and I don't comment because I'm smarter than that, or I don't argue, but I read it and I'm like, oh my God, people are this dumb. Like, it blows me away to think that, like, people actually think like that. Like, it doesn't use common sense.
Right.
It's not that hard. Your common sense doesn't mean that you're aligned completely with a certain side or an ideology, but it's also like this. if I walk into a conversation and there's an Alabama fan and an Auburn fan, they're like, "Hey, who do you go for, Alabama or Auburn?" I'm like, "God, neither one. Neither one of those guys want to talk to me anymore. They want to like, it's just like
That's
you
what I'm talking
said,
about.
you're
It's
alienated.
Yep.
So now it's like they were both prepared to defend whatever team that they're for, but I'm not for either one. So they're like, "Oh yeah, well fuck them."
Yeah, but there's
It's
a
like-
weird. So this is again a thing I do deeply appreciate about Jake is that he rarely changes his opinion for good or worse.
Oh, him and I've had some amazing conversations.
But the truth is like I actually take a little bit of solace in alienation in the sense of like if someone is going to be that closed off, then cool.
right.
Like me being by myself doesn't phase me one way or the other. Like I don't have to be part of that pack. I can do my own thing. And normally what I find is the joy I find on my own is way more enriching than any one of those confirmation biases was going to give me. So, and then I'm like, dude, I feel better about it. What a better feeling I have. But you have to
But then you
embrace
bring
the
that
alone.
feeling back to the group and it enriches the
That
group.
is correct.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
don't even have to make it political.
No, not even political. Anything.
I mean, any bias. I mean, you can just come back in and be
just
like,
come
hey,
back
what's
in.
going
You have a
on?
better mood. You're going to bring something better, and you're going to change that. And that's the point, though. I think the whole point is like you have to do some shit yourself.
Yeah.
Quit being so fucking lazy. You're going to have to do some stuff to make your life better because you're not enriching anyone else's. If you're just taking a 5-second monologue off of a late night TV show and running with it, that's not going to make your life better. It's not going to make your neighbor's life better. It's not going to make your friends or your family's life better. Like you're going to have to do some work too.
Yeah.
Like there's a Rogan's latest episode with Andrew Santino, which is hilarious.
Yeah, he's great.
But he was talking about like AI is going to take over jobs. People are not going to have jobs because we're inefficient, we're lazy, we're entitled, like all these things. And it's like, damn, like we are.
But the shift will happen.
Yeah.
So what'll happen is new things will, this is what my point is. New things will come from that. So like right now I just met with a client and their company helps and like basically
Is it raining? It's raining, dude. It hasn't rained in months.
Yeah, it's delightful. But they're going to replace CFOs. They're going to make CFOs pretty much irrelevant, right? Because you use this AI platform to help. Not totally, but enough.
Right.
So they're going to change the landscape of CFOs. Well, that means the CFO is going to have to redefine what that means. So a CFO is going to end up being, they're going to end up having a multi-skill or in AI creation of content. Well, at some point, those imperfections are going to be looked for. So then it's going to be like, oh shit, I learned lenses because AI can't simulate the lens correctly. Because it can't process physics that way. So now all of a sudden we're going to have that side of things to where, okay, so every camera looks the same, but the lens makes it. That's where it's going to stand out. So those little moments. So let AI do all that. Meanwhile, the pivot will be our attention will shift to something else.
Right.
So maybe the world gets better. We all worry about AI destroying the world.
No, it could get better.
What if it gets way better simply because now we're not fighting and stressing and trying to just barely make it in a job? We suddenly realize like, oh, all those jobs can be filled. I'm going to go be an art. What if the world becomes full of artists?
Yeah.
Like that's,
they got time to do what
they can do. They can pursue. Or what if they become great gardeners or craftsmen? Or what if it returns to like, what if it goes the other way? AI is up here doing all this stuff at the top level, but that's enabled humanity to be the best of humanity.
Right.
There's that side of it.
Well,
It's not all apocalyptic.
I also think that that's 100% correct. I think that's going to enable us to have more free time to do things. The 40-hour work week is probably going to be a thing of the past, I believe. But I also think this conversation's been had when TV was invented. Yep. It was had when internet was invented.
It's exactly
it was
right.
happened with
the
radio.
The computer changed it.
All of it. When the internet came out, they were like, oh my God, it's going to take over the world. Our kids are going to, and it kind of has done some negative things. It's going to have negative impacts, but as a greater good, it's been a more positive
Is music
thing.
gone?
No. They probably said it was going to be gone.
Well, radio killed the video killed the radio star, right?
Exactly.
But music didn't die.
No.
It just changed. Did MP3s kill music? Sure didn't. Did it change the industry? Sure did.
Right.
Guess what? Bands are more on tour now than they ever were.
Yeah.
That's
craft. You want the real thing because all we're going to have time for is
it's craft.
Yeah,
it's craft. Right. It goes back to it. So it goes either way.
Segment brought to you by Craft Show Digital.
No.
Not at all.
I did want to shout out. We can't talk a lot about it, but this story broke in our local community, and there's gonna be no names used, about some dudes that are like putting it all out there and putting on the line to open up a bike shop. And I just wanted to at least just say, without saying any names again, I'll say
it's not us because we failed.
No, we failed. It's ACBC, which is great. but they're opening a bike shop. And it's a physical shop. I think if you come to this area once they open, you need to go by. You should visit all the local bike shops. I'm not knocking anybody, but these guys are ground floor. This is going to be the hardest 3 to 5 years of their lives. And anytime you come in and give them a little piece of joy, it will be appreciated. I assure you, as a business owner that is now into almost 10th year, like having those people just give you those little moments of grace is always helpful. So you should once they open, they got some time. But again, shout out to those guys.
And, I mean, a great bike shop understands the value of the people just stopping by to say hi.
Well, they want it to be communal.
Just like Katie and Joseph. They love it when people come hang out at their
Yes.
bike shop. They love it when people just spend time there. They love it when those people never leave.
Yep. And
I'm
never
one of
buy
those
anything.
I don't buy anything. I just go over there
did buy
and
some.
grace them with my
I
presence.
should have bought a saddle when I was there.
Yeah, my presence is more valuable than anything I could buy for them.
If you like bullshit, do we have a podcast for you? I think that's going to do
She
it.
did say that, though. She was like, I get to drink a beer with Dale like it was something special. Actually, I'm going to start
I
doing
think
that.
Katie is just smart enough to know how to placate your ego.
No, she definitely does.
Yeah,
She's an athlete, bro. She understands. She was a better athlete than me, so she totally gets it.
Those two, just we need to have another sit down round table with them and just all.
You know who would be hilarious?
Just unleash the beast.
Well, so shout out Nixon. He said he's waiting for the rebuttal to our last episode.
I would like to just go see Nixon.
Yeah, we need to just.
We should just go see him.
Yeah,
that podcast and that documentary that we would make would be legendary.
Well, can you imagine neither one of us being in a situation with Nixon and Joseph talking to each other?
Oh, the dryness.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
No one would laugh, but it would be like the most comical. It'd be like the funniest conversation with no laughter.
I'm telling you guys right now,
It'd be the best.
If I could get it kickstarted, because I'm already in a hole on another documentary right now about the underground pizza guy. When I finish that one, if you guys will help fund it, I'm just telling you, if you listen to Nixon's story, he doesn't want us to do it. I know he's listening to this rolling his eyes, but I am just telling you guys, Nixon's story is literally maybe one of the most inspirational, stupid good, happy-go-lucky moments about hard work, because he worked his ass off to get where he was.
And stay where he was.
That happens to be bike-related.
Can I name it?
It is such a good one. Yeah, go ahead.
All Up Insider.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's an inside play. You got to know that
All
business.
Up Inside. He'll get it. Also, shout out Bogue Chitto. We're coming over.
That's right.
I got a spot on Vendor Row this year.
The pod tent.
Yeah, last year I got put with the ugly stepchildren.
Oh, wasn't Jody of them?
No.
I was saying Jody. Calm down.
It was by myself.
I didn't say Misha. She's a lovely lady.
It was by myself over in the corner, which I wasn't mad about.
No, nobody puts baby in the corner.
Yeah, Dale got put in the corner. But it's fine. This year we're going to be in the vendor section, hanging out, causing more disruptions.
Are you going to give away free shit?
I probably will.
Oh, free
actually,
stuff.
I'm going to take the whole box of free shit. We haven't given any of it away. I got a
Free.
whole tub in my house.
That bottle of E.H. Taylor right behind Dale, right there. Super rare.
Going over
That's
there.
going over.
Put it in my pocket. But I'll have a whole bunch of free giveaway stuff. I'm not racing this year. Shout out, sorry. Breaking news. I'm training for another race in October, and I've been training for months, so no racing for me. I don't want to get hurt because it's pretty challenging. So I'm going to not be racing. My family's coming. We're going to roll up in there and camping all weekend. So if you have time and you want to, or if you don't have time, make time and come out to Bogue Chitto October, first weekend in October, 3rd through the 5th, I think.
You've got to pick up a thumb drive while you're there.
Okay, cool.
Of content.
Is this for the
doco? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was wondering about that. Anyway,
yeah,
that'll be a blast. I know that they've been putting a lot of work in. Whatever they do over there,
everything
insane.
They do over there is awesome.
We started there with a gravel driveway. We've been going the rock and roller coaster, whatever it's called now, since it was a gravel driveway. Now it's like I have to actually get permission to come set my tent up now, and I'm like, "What?" You were like, "Dude, I put a flag up there before nobody knew what that place was." So.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. I'm glad to be a small, tiny, I wouldn't even claim to be a part of it, but I'm just proud to be a friend of Toby and Steve and the whole gang of Norba. It's awesome.
And segueing that to say, like, a lot of these, there's some social media posts going around of some people from Birmingham, our good friend, the Drapers, good friends.
Yeah.
That were over there having some fun with Toby.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say,
Mm-hmm.
that basically the reason that Southeastern mountain biking exists in the Southeast is because of what? What time is it?
Jankfest.
Jankfest.
That is 100% true. Actually, they met at Jankfest. Pretty sure. I won't.
No, that's fact.
Yeah,
Because he asked me to introduce him.
right.
I was
So
like, listen,
now-
he's a little bit skeezy. And see, now neither
which
guy.
one though?
That's the thing. Neither guy knows which one, right? Neither one. And they're going to be like, is he talking about me? Is he talking about me?
But now,
You guys can also assign those voices to yourselves, like genders.
that's what I said. I was like, the Ride the Rebellion collision course continues.
Yeah.
They
So
were over there.
Jankfest is coming up. Do you want to just
December 5th through the 7th.
Yep.
I never forget because it's my wife's birthday weekend and I get
Oh,
yelled
yeah.
at every single week, every year. But it's fun. I do it for you people, not for her.
Uh,
She puts my toothbrush at places I don't want it to be.
I know I've had some people reach out and say that they're going to try and make it. So hopefully, and again, shout out to Kyle, who will be coming maybe the furthest, but he'd be coming from Jacksonville. Hopefully he can make it.
Yeah, we got somebody else coming from.
I know that his wife
No, they
listens
live
to
in
this
Georgia.
podcast, so it would be really amazing if you would allow him to come visit. I will find him places to stay. I will figure out he won't have to eat. I'll feed him, but it would be nice just to have Kyle come hang out for a little while.
We'll also have 2 U.S. Mondraker dealers there.
Oh, look at
Pretty
that.
sweet. Mondraker.
I'm also going to say if Kyle brings back a new bike based on this new information, I will not be held accountable. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, Jody will be there from BTR. Jody will also be at Roller Coaster.
Yep.
And at Bogue Chitto. Long ass drive for him. So shout out for him because
What about
he'll
Misha?
do some free bike
Mish should
work.
be there.
Yeah, Mish will be there
That's
because
all I care about.
she loves all the ladies they have at their group rides.
Yeah, but Misha is like she's just like the spirit animal of just goodness.
Oh yeah, somebody has to be opposite of Jody.
You go, well, you know,
Somebody has to do it.
she's the honey and honey badger.
Yeah.
He's the badger and honey badger.
Because he doesn't care.
No.
Honey Badger don't care.
I love Jody.
But yeah, so they'll be there. It's just like this fall is ramping up to be something really cool.
Yeah.
And I hope that people get on board or back on board or the bus has been rolling. The door's still open. So come on down.
Yep. So again, Jankfest, December 5, 6, 7.
Yes, sir.
And this weekend, or not this, well, I guess when you hear this, no, next weekend.
Uh-uh.
Whenever you hear this, it
Oh,
might
yeah,
be
next-
past due, but October 3, 4, 5,
That's right.
you can go to Rockin' City Roller Coaster of Love, Cortez Coaster of Rockin' City Roller Coasters.
I don't even know the name of it anymore. Roller Coaster of Love, I think.
Yeah,
The first time
Rockin' City, I think, is the Aerosmith
You tell some
ride at
people and they're
Disneyland.
like, cool, the Red Hot Chili Peppers sucked in the 90s. Why would I go?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it's not really a roller.
Yeah, that song was on the Beavis and Butthead soundtrack.
Yeah, and it's a cover anyway, right?
That is correct.
Isn't there's
There are
also,
times that
hey,
just,
there's a thing about that cover though. Like my mom told me about it when I was a kid. There's
Yeah.
like a girl that screams during the song in the background.
Yeah.
And there was like a urban myth or whatever that she got killed while they were recording the song.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, listen to it sometime. The original.
I'll have to.
Uh,
That's kind of freaky deaky.
you know how much knowledge I just dropped on y'all
Yeah.
today.
Dale's
Like,
smart today,
basically
folks.
none. No.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode of the Ride Rebellion Podcast. Just remember what Dale Boyd says.
To keep all the diseases away, don't go to the doctor for decades.
Lord.